And the button is pushed. The button is pushed for episode 33, series 2, Ladies What Pod, Therapy Pod. After the weekend we've just had, you'll be pleased to know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, horses, dogs, anybody else that I may have missed, we have managed to pull some positives out of the weekend, we think. So I'm sorry if that irritates you. To be honest, I'm such a Pollyanna. I can sometimes irritate myself, but that's what we've tried to do. So we've tried to be a bit more positive. But let's explain who we are to start with, because we sometimes get overexcited and forget about that. I am Liz Saunders. I am chairman of the Saint Supporters Club. I live in South Northamptonshire, where it's not raining. I think that. Oh, and yes, I must apologise. I used up the spring last week because I went to Cromer. So I used up the sunshine. I do apologise. Anyway, so I'm just a general rugby geek and Halo. There we go. That's me.
Oh, and you've demoted yourself.
All right, Chief Halo. Halo in Chief. I just had a sudden rush of modesty. I know it's unusual, but I just thought, let's do that. So, and you are?
And I am Claire Jones, owner of a Red Hat, one of the group of photographers at Northampton Saints, Loughborough Lightning and Bedford Blues. And yes, we have pulled some positive. I am on the edge of the fence, and it's looking a bit grey, but it's been a bit grey for a while. The sun did briefly come out, but it ran away again, realising that it shouldn't have been out because you used the whole of spring.
I did. We're sitting in the garden on Thursday afternoon. Having overcrabbed. Yes, I just, this is totally boring and nothing to do with rugby, but it's the start of the crab season. So we had crab. There was no crab to be seen at the beginning of the week when we first got there, but by Thursday the crab shop was opened. So we had crab sandwiches for lunch and crab salad for dinner. So I'm a bit crabby. That'd be why. But it was, and we did use up the sunshine. We had glorious, sunny, blue skies and everything while we were there.
So we had blue skies. We're going to go chronological again, ladies and gentlemen. And the first thing that happened rugby-wise for me last week was I was working with the lovely Ben Lawrence and his team in the community team, because it was the under-15 sevens at Cambridge Rugby Club, which is literally 20 minutes from where I live. Elijah Fields. Talk about over... It used to be Volac Park, but it's now Elijah Fields.
Elijah Fields, wasn't he in one of those sitcoms in the 70s with Hilda Baker's? Hilda Baker and that lot. That sounds like Elijah Fields would have been there. She knows,
Yes. As I was arriving at said competition, somebody said hello to me. Somebody I later learned, very rapidly learned, was Ed Prowse's uncle. Now, he didn't tell me his name, but hello to Ed Prowse's uncle.
Hi to Ed Prowse's uncle, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a fabulous day, and it was great until the sun went in, which was sort of mid to late afternoon. It's really hard work doing these events, but great fun, because, of course, the matches last 14 minutes, 7 minutes aside, but there are so many of them. There are 4 pitches, so I'm like a spinning top going round and round. Have you got all 22 teams? Well, there's one team in brown who clearly I took exception to their kit or something, that I failed to get a single game. I got them watching another game, but whoever you are in brown, I apologise, because everybody else I managed to get. But yes, sorry. Anyway, but the good news was that the standard of rugby that was played was excellent. Really, really good stuff. And I didn't realise how complicated it was, because I arrived at the same time and was talking to Ben when rugby school arrived, and the master of rugby, who was checking what the protocols were that they were playing to. I was thinking, oh, this is a bit complicated. So as Ben reels off, we're going to do this with the line-outs and that with the scrums and this. We're not following that protocol with this. We are doing that. And I was like, this is getting very complicated, but apparently this is how it works these days. Anyway, they weren't doing
Sounds like
licking.
Mornington Crescent. Sounds like a game of
Yes.
Mornington Crescent. Are we doing
Well, it happened
diagonals?
that way. I was like, oh, am I going to recognise the sport that's happening in front of me? Anyway, very weird. Yeah, so there was a plate and there was a bowl, a plate, and a cup competition. Apologies to the bowl winners. I've got no idea which team won, but I'm sure you loved it.
The team in brown.
Probably the team in brown are feeling very rejected. The winner of the plate, and also my Ladies What Pod Politeness Award, an all-round loveliness, if we did have such a thing, goes to Woodlands School in Basildon. Now, I have a soft spot for Woodlands School in Basildon because I used to live less than a mile from the school. But they won the under-13 sevens at the Gardens last year, and they are the former school of one Emmanuel Iogan. And that's the IT department telling me he's going for a bike ride. Everybody, you heard a ping.
Oh, good.
And the captain came to talk to me about the fact I was taking photographs, and they were all genuinely interested in what I was up to, and they were utterly charming. Really, really lovely lads. So, and they came for a chat at the end when they'd won, and they were just charming itself. So, well done to Woodlands School. You've got some lovely players in your under 15-17. The winners of the cup competition: Felsted School from Essex. I have to go boo at this point. You don't boo the opposition, but they're the arch rivals of Mrs. C's old school, Brentwood School. So, the ball didn't really play much part when Felsted played Brentwood at anything, really. It's one of those. Anyway, well done to Felsted School. They did now play some cracking rugby, though. Much as it grates me to say it. They play some really good rugby. They beat, I think, a team called Finn. No, I'm going to get the wrong team. I could look it up. But they beat a team in black and yellow in the final. But yeah, it was really, really good. Well done to they did half work hard in the community department because there were 26 teams.
They do.
26 teams, and only one in brown I missed. So yeah, so it was a great day out. I was a bit tired, and then I had about 40 million photos to get through. But there you go. So thank you to all concerned, and thank you to those that have bought photos. They are on my website if you wish to buy them. Link would have been provided by Ben.
Yes.
So that was a good start to the week. And then we went to training.
Yeah. We did on Friday on the way home. I was on the way home from Cromer, and it wasn't sunny. And it wasn't warm, but it wasn't windy.
Yes, more of that shortly when we get to a certain place in Devon. It was not windy, and I was concerned.
You were. But actually, a bit of wind might have helped on Sunday. It could blow the fog away, but it's... Anyway, so training was in good humour, and I had a special request for a couple of players, personal request. So a young friend of mine, I shouldn't say Connor, who was referred to as Baby Connor, obviously when he was born, and to my surprise, he's suddenly playing under 14s rugby. I don't even know how that has happened, and he was in a cup final on Friday night, Ampthill against Bedford, and his dad phoned and said it's his first cup final. Can you send him a message? And I said, well, I can possibly do better than that. Who's his favourite Saints player? And he said, well, the big South African. Let's leave that with me. Anyway, JJ gave me a message. And then because Connor plays hooker, I had to get Curtis on board. Well, Curtis gave me some stick because I'd asked JJ for some reason. Everything. I mean, Curtis just now, these days.
Shall we show the video to the let's show the video, and so you know the full trauma of Mrs. Saunders trying to get a video out of Curtis.
He took it very seriously. He had to get in the mood and everything.
Did you see? You noticed me filming, and then immediately it was like, "Oh, I'm going to behave myself now."
Yeah. He had given me grief until. So yes. So if we'll show the video here. just
What's his name? Connor.
And his dad was a London Irish supporter, so his dad slightly broke apart in them. But I worked on Connor since he was a baby to be a Saints supporter.
He plays for London Irish. He can't
Yeah.
play London Irish anymore, can he?
He's back. So just listen to tell him to do play his best game.
Yeah.
Thank him for being a Saints supporter against all. Get in
Well,
the
you
zone.
recording me as well.
Yeah, of course.
Hi Connor. Hey, you've got a big cup final coming up. I also hear you're a hooker, so best of luck for that. And also, it's really good to hear that you're a Saints supporter. Hopefully, see you at a game soon. Cheers, bud.
Thank you. So there we are. So it's unfortunately Connor's team lost, but as I sent him a message saying no experience is wasted, and as Vesti would say, you learn from this experience and use it to push yourself forward. So that's good. But so training, I mean, two of the things that were good in training was to see Curtis back, and honestly, the backs are so delighted. He's now doing full training, and he was everywhere, wasn't he? He was like, what is it in chemistry? Is it sodium that you put in water and it whizzes along the place?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it. Yeah,
I can't
and
remember. It was a long time
makes
ago.
such a flame. He was like that. He was all over the shop. Yes.
It was all over the place. He was very overexcited. It was lovely to see. And there was, at the end, when they were playing a game, and JJ had got the ball and Ferbs was tracking him, and I feel he was not committed to that tackle at all. And JJ said, I don't know why. I wasn't even going full tilt. And there's the photograph that Claire put up. The both of them are laughing like drains as they're going along. And that photograph sums up training to me down there. It's you know.
Yeah, I've just realised that I haven't actually got Lightroom open, so I will.
We're not prepared. Not prepared.
I will find it. But the other thing that happened was we had a conversation with Ben, didn't we? Our Media Tart representative.
We did.
Who very politely told me to go away when I asked him for his autograph.
Yes, that was a bit rude, I thought.
But funny.
It was.
Yes, it was. Here we go. Right, let's
I've just remembered why we were laughing as well, because a young player appeared and was complaining that he's coming back from injury, was working with Ben and with Ollie Slights, and said, there's a stud missing from my boot. And Ben was saying, well, where is it? When did you notice? Oh, when did you last? You know, that patient voice that parents take on, well, when did you last wear them? Well, that was when the stud will have gone missing. And Ollie Slights is like the older brother who's laughing hysterically because the little one's getting told off.
Yes.
You know, and has to interject his own parenting skills. It was so funny.
It was one of those. Actually, we did have our ballet moment as well. So I'm going to show this. Hold on. Let me share my screen, because I think you'll appreciate this, Mrs. Saunders.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Freddie St. John and one George Hendy. Very balletic, I thought.
Very balletic. Yeah.
Yes. But then I think the bit that you're where is here is, there you go, JJ.
Yes.
Sticking his tongue out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Henry Walker's finding that particularly entertaining.
Well, yeah, it was funny. I mean, it was like, and as
it was funny.
You and I said, I'm playing the role of Alex Lazowski. We did mention, and we did talk to JJ about that. Who said to us, I should have just kept running, and to which we all went, yes, you should.
Yeah, you should.
Because there was you'd have scored. But it was a good session, and it was good to see. It was a really, really good session, and we enjoyed it. You see, everybody was. There we go, Liz, your favourite man.
Ah, yes, I don't have favourites. I don't know what you mean. I don't have favourites. Yes.
There you go. But no, it was a good session. We enjoyed it, and we particularly enjoyed Ferb's deciding discretion was the better part of that.
I think it was just probably hurling insults at him, trying to worry him, that sort of thing. It was very. But I get intrigued by the footwear that the players leave as they put their boots on, and I was particularly. I mean, it's the size of it really, because I could use some of them as a small house, and
Yes.
but there was a pair that, and we never saw. We think we know who they belong to, but we never quite narrowed it down because they disappeared early. Bright orange Crocs in about a size 14.
They were
with
huge.
carrots
I don't think I've ever seen a pair of Crocs that's so big.
I think they looked bigger because they were orange as well. So that was a complete mystery as to who'd wear a pair of shoes like this. Perhaps we could do that. Perhaps that could be a new thing.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it could be. Yeah, absolutely. But I was just bemused and not really watching training because I was watching you look at shoes.
Well, because
You were
some people
mesmerised by them.
I am, because I think so some people they just sort of, you can see they've just literally walked out of their shoes, and the shoes are there in walking. Somebody else's were left in a sort of ballet position, third position, and then and other people's are put neatly on the boot bag, and then others are just abandoned. And it's just intriguing to me, really. It's the size of them. Having such small feet myself, I think I'm just fascinated by the size of these shoes. Probably some of them have come across the channel with people in them, I think.
Well, yes, Josh Kemeny feet, I seem to recall, are huge.
Yeah, they were quite entertaining. Yeah, quite big.
Yes. Mr. Dowson was on form as well when we all went, ooh, when George Hendy broke up field. His retort
Hendy, his retort was, Craigo would have got him if he hadn't been blocked. I think it was us and Jake Sharp just fell about laughing, going, "Oh yeah, Jake Sharp, because he's really easy to catch, isn't he, George?" And I went, "Yeah, ask Simon Zebo, Tom O'Flaherty."
Yes. So I think training was good, and it is really it's difficult to convey that they have to try and get a full training session away with a very depleted group of players because we've got so many away on international duty. I think the way they do it is really good, and we'll talk more about how training we understand is going to go this week because that same challenge still remains.
Yeah.
And yes, we had, of course, our Scottish international back as well.
We did, yeah.
In Rory.
Yeah, who didn't throw any hand grenades about who's being deported or anything this time.
No, he was well behaved this week, yes. So that was training. Friday night had 2 games, didn't it? Let's talk about the Ireland Wales quickly, where our WhatsApp group all went when we saw who the referee was. Collective. Sorry, Mr. Dixon, but really,
that's ruined a Friday night. Yeah.
That's ruined a Friday night. But then Rhys Carey cheered us all up with. He's probably running from just outside the Stonex now. With his amazing try, and Balakoon will not want to be sitting in the review probably today talking about that because it was a thing of beauty. A prop running from 30 metres out to score is not something you see every day, but it was
joyous, absolutely joyous. It
was a bit mystifying when they took him off, but anyway, yes. So Ireland in the end won, and everybody went home for tea and medals. But it's good. Meanwhile, in the place with the hedge.
Yeah, I was just saying, it is good to see Wales though playing with such spirit and commitment, that much improved, which is good to see. So yes, but now moving swiftly on to the place with the hedge, and where they make prosecco.
I do. It's changed.
Well, not where the hedge is.
Well,
See.
It's changed a bit since we
Should
were
we-
there, hasn't it? I do like the fact they've retained the hedge, though. But it's
Yes.
got lovely new stands and everything. It's all very
That's
posh.
it. Oh, that won't be the same. I hope the Benetton
Instead
shop
of those
is
concrete
still under
steps,
the
they've
top.
actually given you a proper seat. Let's be,
Oh, okay. Oh, on the other side.
on the
Yeah.
other side is our proper stand. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, the hedge lives. He hasn't gone anywhere. But it was a bit of a struggle for England under-20s for a bit.
It was.
Eventually, they pulled away, and wasn't it lovely to see Mr. Wyman, Mr. Weeman, back?
Yeah,
in
it was
harness? Well done.
I think he made quite a difference. The energy levels and everything. I think it's good to see him
And,
back.
and again,
Lovely.
loads of positives to come out so far from the. I mean, they won't win the Slam because of what happened last week, but loads of positive. James Pacer just looks the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
Aidan Ainsworth Cave he's very noisy, isn't he? He's not the Aidan I remember. He's well stuck in there, and obviously Sonny and the lovely Oliver Scola.
He says he doesn't mind what we call him. Ollie's fine.
Well, he's just such a sweetie. That's why I'll always call him Ollie
Yeah,
because that's how I met
yeah,
him.
no, that's fine. I checked with him.
Good.
So
Good. So I think the experience of the England under-20s has really put them in good stead. I think they've had to
I
battle,
think so.
and I think we've got some superstars come out of that. Some of whom we knew about, Mr. Weeman. Some of
Yes.
whom we didn't know very much about at all, James Pater.
Yeah, yeah. We'd been told, but we hadn't seen much of him.
Well, we saw them in that final. Some of them in that final in Gloucester last year. James being one of them. But no, really, really impressive stuff. And then we went to Saturday, where Dr. Jones and I headed west. And whilst we headed west, I did watch quite the most bonkers game in Murrayfield.
Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah.
So, congratulations to Scotland. Congratulations to Radders, because we're going to put it all down to Radders. It was, and we learned, and we only put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, well, actually, I didn't put 2 and 2 together at all. Kev told me that some of the Saints staff headed off to see Radders in Scotland camp last week.
Scotland.
Very busy week. Yes. It was a bonkers game. We learned that also that they'd broken Elliot, which I'm.
Yeah. So every nation who's had our players has broken
at least one of them.
Which does not impress me.
No. So Elliot, get better soon, my friend. Get better soon.
Yes, get better soon, Elliot. In fact, I think my IT department said, well, you can't blame Borthwick for Mitch's hamstring. I said, I can. I can if it suits me. Of course I can. I can blame Borthwick for anything. And will. And I will.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So Scotland put 50 points on France, and the way I described it to you earlier was, and then they decided that they'd just start waving to family in the crowd. There's Auntie Beryl over there. And of course France said, all right, we'll come back at you. Although I have to say, comedy moment, partly because of how grumpy he looked when he did it, was Antoine Dupont throwing a 30-metre pass forward in their own in-goal area, and he's... Of course, for those of you, I was watching on my phone. Dr. Jones was listening to the sound through our car speakers. I was howling with laughter. It was a bonkers game. It was, and then at the very end, Scotland, who had to basically, the game became stop France scoring a try, which they didn't. In fact, worse than that, they just gave away more and more points. But they've never put 50 on France, and it was a fine win. I have to say, well done to Mr. Tui Pelotu, who did the "I can't hug you" to Princess Anne, but I can pretend. as he went to pick up the
Yes.
cup. How many trophies have we got now? Because
Every
every
game
match
has a
seems to have
trophy.
a blooming
Every game.
trophy.
Yeah, every game has to have a trophy now. They just invent
Everyone
them.
wins a
It's
prize.
ridiculous.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's like primary school.
And they've not only broken Elliot, but the Six Nations Committee, whilst driving the championship
What?
trophy around France, have managed to
Set it on fire.
place it in a car fire. I mean, seriously.
Ridiculous. Well, it's not something England needs to worry about, is it? Really?
No. I don't think we need to worry about that at all. But anyway, so well done to Scotland.
Well done to Scotland, and now you've got to, ironically, you've got to support England next week. Ah, dear me.
Oh, we laughed. Yes.
Yeah. Because,
Oh, my Lord.
well, England.
Wait. So we got to Devon.
Let's get.
We went past. We think we went past Stonehenge because we could just about see it in the mist.
Yeah.
And it looked quite mean and moody as we headed over the top because the sat nav decided to send us down the M3 and over the top on the A303, which is very pretty. And we got to Devon just in time. Just in time to see kick-off of.
That was.
The lady rather delightedly at the desk said, "Oh, we've got it on in the bar if you'd like to watch it." And I thought, no, don't think I do want to watch it in the bar.
No.
And so we sat in our room and watched what happened. So we're not going to go through blow by blow what occurred. You've got podcasts coming out of your ears, whether it's James Haskell walking out of the ground or whatever. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is focus on what happens next to the Saintsmen who return. And
they're the only ones we care about.
They're the ones we care about. They're the ones we're focusing on. Actually, there's one Italian Saintsman who's living his best life at the moment.
Oh, God. Trying to keep him in check when he gets back is going to be hard, isn't it?
I think Trev's going to enjoy scrummaging against him.
It's going to be like a bottle of Prosecco all on his own.
So I did send a message to Danilo,
well
who
played,
is clearly
well played,
having
Danilo.
fun. No, well played.
So proud.
Yeah.
So proud of you and so pleased for you.
And obviously the man of the Italian health service, given by the number of photographs of people. Him in his Saint shirt. You check whether it's one of my photos. No, it's not. It'll be one of Getty's of a very smiley Danilo. Who did you see? He did it again on Saturday. I'm going to start a fight and then just disappear off.
And then beetle off. He's like that meme, isn't he, of Simpson of what's his face, the dad disappearing into a hedge.
Into the hedge, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Into the hedge, yeah. So anyway, we have
Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson. Yeah, sorry, I should have said.
Yeah.
As opposed to Marge. He's definitely not Marge. So we do have a fair representation in the squad. Some of whom haven't played a minute. Manny, we love you.
Yeah.
Trev obviously has come on for his, 10, 15 minutes here or there. Henry came on for precisely 7 minutes on Saturday. Weird. And Dingers was dropped out the 23 altogether. And then we had Finn, Colsey, and Fremo. And have I forgotten anybody? If I have, I apologise. I don't think I have.
Trev, Manny. No, because Mitch is in Barbados. Mitch
is in Barbados, which you haven't forgiven him for.
No.
I think the challenge for the coaches, and they know it because they've been through it before, is it's not jam tomorrow. We're straight into a really exciting campaign in green, black, and gold because it's all bets are on now. We're top of the Prem. We're into the round of 16 against Castra at home, and there's a huge set of games where they can ply their wares and play the way that they're comfortable playing, and And we know
Yeah.
that the Gardens faithful will turn out in droves, because if you can sell out a Gardens for a Prem Rugby Cup game where there's nothing really at stake, you know they're gonna come out in there. You know, everybody's going to be out to welcome them home, because we love them. They play fabulous rugby. They're fabulously talented players.
When allowed to play the
when allowed to
play their game.
their game, which we know they can play because we've seen them do it numerous times.
Yeah.
I think hopefully Mitch won't tee you off even more by sipping even more pina coladas and having a good time in Barbados. But he'll get a good rest.
Cromer was very nice. And blue skies and everything.
And Mrs. C is off to St Lucia tomorrow, so I'm sure she'll tell you that's quite nice as well, which you know.
It doesn't bother me so much, but Barbados is my favourite place after the Gardens, really.
I've never been to any of them. Anyway, it's somewhere where we need to go. So I think the coaches will know that they've got the difference. Actually, if you think where we were last season to where we are, this season, is of course poor Finn came back from a quite stressful, full-on tournament last season and was straight into an East Midlands derby, which was just what was all that about? Which we won't dwell on either. But this time we can actually gradually phase everybody back because we've got coverage in the way that we didn't have last season. You know, Anthony and Archie will get a week off now. Yeah, and so we can give them a rest before they come back into the full on Prem, because the matches come thick and fast, ladies and gentlemen, and all the rest they can get, the better. So we've got a choice of mixing and matching, folks. We're not we're not in the situation where it's either Rory or Tom James playing fly half is what was going on last season. So we're in a much I think we're in a much better place in terms of being able to rest. Chunya is playing out his skin, so if Colsey's got to take his enforced break, Chunya coming in, nobody's going to be worried because Chunya is in the form of his life. He's playing really, really well. Likewise, Trev can have his week off, and Cleopas is playing really, really well. Luke Green. Anyway, we will talk about yesterday. Luke Green had his opposite number on toast, Mr. Selwood. What the actual were you seeing? Anyway,
we'll come to that later.
We will come to that, but they're playing really, really well. So we've got options that we didn't have last season that we've got this season.
We were desperate for the internationals to come back last season. It was like stretching a piece of elastic, and then when they came back, they couldn't take the right steps to rest and recuperate and do what they needed to do. Whereas this season, because we've got coverage, because Archie was injured, wasn't he? Archie McParland was injured.
He got a shoulder injury.
Tom James has been played ragged, and we hadn't got anybody at 10 if Finn wasn't there. But now we've got not just got Anthony, we've got James Pater. We know can make a decent fist of it. So we're not. When they come back, it won't feel that everything's resting on their shoulders like they may have felt last season. It's very much right, boys, come back and you will fit in when you're ready, when you're, I think. And I think they're wiser to it as well,
Yes, they know. They've said themselves they know how to manage coming back from a campaign. And we've got, and we've got some players who will have a lot of energy and a lot of bounce who will be desperate to play. I can't think of anybody in particular.
Nobody springs to mind.
Nobody springs to mind. But if you think about it, we've got Newcastle at home, and then we're straight into the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the Saracens game. Then we're into the Castra game. Then we don't know what happens next because it depends on the Castra game. But we could have another big game, and then we've got oodles of games against Bath and Sarries again, and Gloucester, and it's mahoosive now, and we've set ourselves up in the first part of the season so well. So They're going to come back. When they came back last time, the season wasn't going as well as we'd hoped. This time they're coming back, and it's all guns blazing. They're coming back into a really positive environment,
Yeah.
And so so we said this was a therapy pod, ladies and gentlemen. We mean it. We think our England boys, our Scotland boy, will probably be a bit frustrated that he's not playing. Our Italian is bouncing. So, there's loads to look forward to. And, So come back, lads. Whatever happens on Saturday happens. Just,
it is. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Play the way you can play and come back. We love you dearly. So,
just on that you mentioned Sarries at Tottenham Hotspur, at Spurs ground. Their media team.
What is that?
Are they on some sort of self-destruct button? What?
I mean, for those of you who haven't seen it, their latest piece of social media about the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and the fire exits. I mean, they just teed themselves up because immediately everybody went, "Oh, perhaps your players will stay this time."
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for doing our team talk.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
so that's where we are. For what we feel about Borthwick and the coaching team, just read anything really, unless it's supporting them. Yes.
Well, and also, we also would like somebody to put a lookout for Lee Blackett because we think he's gone.
Yes,
he's gone missing. They put him in a cupboard and not allowed him out.
Otto the dog that does search and rescue.
Yeah, he needs to go and find Lee Blackett. Yeah.
And RFU, if you're thinking of coming from Douse and Vesti, and Chris Hoddle has told Vesti in no uncertain terms.
No, Douse. To be fair, Douse.
Douse. In no uncertain terms. There will be no biscuits if you go to England.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, sorted. Well done, Chris. Yeah. Nailed it. Yeah. So,
yes.
So at the same time as England, well, roughly the same, the games sort of overlap. Lightning were up in the northwest at, what was it called? Mawson Stadium, formerly known as Haywood Road. Yeah, and
still in Haywood Road.
Yes. Anyway, yes. So we need a collective hug on Friday. We need to give them a big hug because they battled it. Oh, it was so close. It was so blessed close, and small margins, ladies. So again, we love you all. Come home, and we'll have a collective hug, and let's go and battle it out with Quins.
Yeah, it was unlucky. They were ahead for quite a lot of the game again.
They were quite ahead for quite a lot of the game. And it just. One huge positive that came out of it was Helena Rowland is backfiring on all cylinders. So having Nelly at 15 and Helena at 10, brilliant, really good. Yeah. And it's great to see that I believe a certain flanker is back from her travels.
Yes, back for her enforced lengthy stay in Dubai. Bless her.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Sunday came, and we looked out the window and thought, who turned out the light? The forecast was not for what actually happened. There wasn't this. The number of weather apps I have on my phone, not one of them got this weather right. So it didn't rain, but neither did it really perk up. I did like it that my dear friend Phil Mingo, who's one of the photographers, more of him shortly, looked and said, "Oh no, don't worry, Claire. This will burn off by the time kickoff comes." Right? No,
it didn't. It didn't burn off. It didn't blow off.
It got worse and worse. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yes, it
Oh,
wasn't
dear.
cold and it wasn't windy. So all my worries
No.
about the fact that the wind tunnel wasn't happening on pitch 2 at training
It didn't
wasn't a
matter.
problem.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
No.
Although there was a bit of a swirl, which is why neither kicker was kicking the ball particularly long in the half where they were playing towards the stand that wasn't empty. That actually we ought to talk about.
Right.
Again, this is a therapy pod, everybody. So let's think about the game where there was nothing really at stake. We sold it out. You guys all turned
Yeah.
up in your droves to support the team. A semi-final at home at Sandy Park. They did not turn out in their droves. One stand at the far end, from the way you come in, was complete. It was closed. You couldn't buy a ticket for it.
Wow.
And the stand that was on telly wasn't full, but was the most full. And then there was the little temporary stand, which again wasn't full. The main stand was about a third to a half full at most.
Wow. Wow.
And I think it's because the brand of rugby, it might be effective in one way, it's actually really dull to watch. Big forwards lumping it about the place. Yeah, it's and then trying to break if they manage. It was an arm wrestle. It was yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're watching that every week, I imagine it's quite boring. There's not really much to get excited about.
No. No.
So I think we can
I mean, we
a
were.
feather in our caps
I was gonna say-
that the brand of
Yes.
rugby that we're playing can sell out the way it
Was-
did.
We were somewhat mystified as well, weren't we, by the fact that Ferbs wasn't allowed to play by England, but the same did not apply to Exeter's England players that had been sent back. They were
So
allowed to play.
Ferbs was I don't know whether he was travelling. I don't know where he was actually travelling substitute or what in Rome. But some of the England squad were back for Exeter, which was a bit mystifying because it's like, where's Ferbs?
Well, I don't think he couldn't have been in Rome, could he? Because he was with us on Friday.
You could have caught a plane out there.
Well, I suppose so. Seems, yeah.
Because they're not coming back. So England are not coming back to London and then going on to Paris. They're staying in Italy.
Oh. Ah, right. Yes. So he could have done.
So they're staying in Italy
Yeah.
and then they're going to Paris from their base in Italy and then they're coming home.
Okay. Mm. All right. See how that works.
So it was a fully stacked Exeter team. It actually, Saints named a pretty strong team too. Not the strongest team we could possibly pull that. There were the one or two that were left at home, Tom Pearson. But we did have Charlie Elko. More of that shortly. And I think, again, we're going to focus. Yesterday's game turned into an arm wrestle. It wasn't the most exciting game. We are going to choose a Ladies What Pod player of the match because we have some strong contenders. I think there's loads of positives to come out of it, as Vesti talked about this morning. Absolutely.
I think
loads.
this is
This has been the Prem Rugby Cup where we've got so much value out of it.
So much. We really have used it as partly because we've had to, because we've had 20 plus going away on international duty and then being broken. But we have
Not all
used it as a
20.
No, not all 20, but one from each nation. Not impressed. We've used it as a proper development competition and used it, and it's not just developing the individual players, it's developing the partnerships as well. So you've seen Archie and Anthony now play as a partnership. They are so in tune with each other, so we don't need to worry as much. The dreaded Hutch at 10 is less likely to happen. No, we love you, Hutch, but not at 10. So that's been a really good development. And then Callum Chick coming in and being able to learn the Saints way and be captain and just give them that space and time and
breaking a record.
On debut.
And breaking
Yeah.
the hat trick on debut.
and then the development of the really young players, because they're all young, but they are, and then the teenagers. So Charlie Olco, James Pater, and Jack Lewis are the three that have stood out for us as having come on in leaps and bounds in this competition and playing grown-up rugby in grown-up places. And I think Dowse or Vesti said it as well about playing in front of a packed out Franklin's Gardens. That now they just see that as positive. Going to crowded places now, that's fine. We know that works. It's all been, from that point of view, so positive.
Yeah, absolutely. And players that hadn't had a chance really to play that much, people like Toby Tame. And we mustn't forget that there's been a whole bunch of players who've been injured, and it's actually enabled them to come back. So the likes of Ferbs himself, Toby Tame has got more game time, and Mr. Dependable is definitely back. More of that shortly. You know, Litchy's back. Sam Graham came back and then went away again. Sam, look after yourself, love. But yeah, it's been you know, and we talk about the very young players. We're talking about the teenagers, but you've got the likes of Amena, you've got the likes of James Martin, you've got there are an awful lot, and we've got the coaches. You know, Jim Henry.
I was just about to say Jim Henry. And Jake Sharp.
You know, the man who does more miles than anybody at the Gardens, Jake Sharp. I mean, they will have learnt bucket loads. So the depth of experience across the board is absolutely enormous. And we, you know, Bath was saying, "Oh, we're really proud of that. 51 players played for us." Well, actually, 51. That isn't. No, you're not getting it, Bath. It's not about giving a few players 5 minutes experience. It's about, you know, the likes of James Pacer getting meaningful game time. You know, actually winning a game at the death against a pretty stacked Saracens side.
Yeah.
Will stand in much more stead than, you know, 5 minutes playing Gloucester at home. It's not going to be. No, I think the Dowse and his team have played it absolutely spot on. I think we've got huge amounts of value out of this Prem Rugby Cup.
To play 51 players, we'd have had to ship in a hell of a lot of guest players, because I think our squad's only something like
Well, we did
60.
have a few. I'd like to shout out to Joe Cowell, who came. Ben Alexander.
I was just saying, I know we had some, but we've only got, I think we've got a squad of about 60. Losing 21 to international duty, to have played 51 players in that competition, we would have had to bring in so many loan players. It would have been ridiculous. So what we've done, it'd be interesting to know how many players we've played.
Oh, I'm sure I can work it out. But we've had 4 guest players. Jack Kelleher came on and did very well when he came on. The flank from Ireland. We've got Joe Cowell, who played, I think, in 3 games in the end, the loose head prop. Ben Alexander came on at hooker at Quins and did very well. And then yesterday we had Will Davis-King, who is a colleague of Joe Cowell at Cardiff, who made his debut. So he'll be Saint 2131. And yeah, all of them, a credit to the black, green and gold, got stuck in, did really, really well. But then we haven't got... Oh, and then, of course, we mustn't forget, of course, I did forget, James Bennett, who was in the Saints Academy, and then came back and did himself and us proud. So, you know, we haven't had a revolving door. We've sparingly used some talent that was known to us and brought in guest players when we've needed to. So, you know, well done to everybody concerned. I think it's been that roller coaster, because we had those very sad losses against Newcastle and Leicester, and then we came back after Christmas and absolutely went for it. And the 4 games that we had after Christmas were absolutely stonking. Led to 2 sellout games at the Gardens. So, you know, you can't ask for more than that. So, well done, everybody. No. We get a week.
Brilliant. And you get a week off, which, you know, in the great scheme of things, means gives niggles and injuries an extra week to heal, and doesn't overstretch players who need a break. You know,
Exactly,
they've been
we haven't.
keeping
We
the
ought
house
to.
going.
We ought to say there's one young lad who started. So at the beginning of February, I met him, I think for the second or third time, and he was bemoaning the fact that his broken thumb had stopped him playing for the under-18s. Roll on a month, and he's now in the Player of the Month competition. Jack Lewis. Talk about
Yeah,
taking your
yeah.
opportunity. Getting all your homework done, as we talked about last week on the pod.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Got all his homework done as
Yeah,
well.
got all his homework done. He's
Remarkable
back
young
at
man.
school this week. So, you know, there's a load of positives to come out of this Prem Rugby Cup, and so we're not downhearted. We're not downhearted ladies at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
I think the pluses outweigh the minuses, and as you pointed out to Tom Lockett, we can go down and do them over in the league, which will be better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not often you get a
So-
chance. Only a few weeks later to go and sort it out.
Yes.
But we should talk about yesterday's game a little bit, because we should award our Ladies What Pod Player of the Match. And there are quite a few
Yes.
shout-outs, even though we lost. I'd like to shout out, the first shout-out is Callum Chick.
Mm.
He carried that ball miles, which literally on the pitch that size. I tell you, it was like, give it to Callum, he'll go and carry it somewhere, as he trundled off again.
Bless him.
Bless him.
What a signing! What a signing he's been.
What a signing! What an absolute, and he's an absolute superstar. He really is. I'd like to shout out to Charlie Olco, who clearly is getting better and better and better, and scored a try right at the very end. Sorry, Charlie, I'd moved to the technical area by the time he'd scored. Did it again, and actually my nominee for Ladies What Pod Player of the Match, Mr. Dependable.
Ah, yes.
Tom Litchfield.
Yeah.
He
But
battled
we learnt from Iako
that he's not going to be a tight head prop.
So his father's dreams have been shattered, but there you go.
Yes. And his father has been told that his hattage needs to change.
Yes.
The excuse
In
of
no
I
uncertain
swapped it in
terms.
Bordeaux wasn't washing with the director of rugby, was it, Matt?
No, understandably. Anyway, yes. So Mr. Dependable gets.
Mr. Dependable is my nominee. I don't know if you've had a chance to see the game. So
No.
no,
'cause I was out
I
and
would
I was
yeah. I mean, there were. I mean, you look at the score and you think, oh, they bounced the ball. There was a whole load of stuff that went Exeter's way, and well done to them, and enjoy your trip to Welford Road. But I think there were.
But that's another positive. We don't have to go there.
But yeah, I think there's a number of players who have come on leaps and bounds, and get better soon. George Hendy took a bit of a bang on the knee in the first half, so hopefully you'll be mended soon. And
another, it's another week off that will be,
Yeah, and Josh, rest your pins, rest your head. I have got a question. Where was the TMO?
I don't know.
Reading the paper?
I can't. Probably, possibly. No, it's Rosie. Very slowly.
Yes. But
I have. Can I just point out, ladies and gentlemen, I've known Rosie for decades, since he was a colt, so I'm allowed to take the mick. He does the same to me. When we meet, you see bystanders looking absolutely stunned at the fact that there's this official insulting this small ginger person who and then gives it equally back. So yeah.
We did have a bit of sheep. I mean, we should also wind the clock back to the start before the game, because there was a number of things going on.
Oh, there was some incidents before the game. Sheep news. Double dose.
Double dose of sheep news, which the extra kit man went, oh God, you talking about sheep again? Because he isn't a shepherd, but Kev has told us that lambing is done for this year. All these sheep are done. And And what I didn't know is my good friend Phil Mingo, who's one of the photographers, and he had a young lad called George who was shooting his first rugby game, and he would have had a good time, given that Josh Hodge promised to do a dive and point at him when he scored, and I noticed that he did.
Oh, excellent!
Yeah,
Well done,
lovely.
Josh Hodge.
So I think Exeter are really going to miss Josh Hodge when he goes up to Newcastle next year. And so Phil is a shepherd, I learned, and his lambing is also done. But his problem was that it was so foggy on his farm that he had to go and walk the entire field counting his lambs because he couldn't see them from the gate.
So there was a bit of shepherd talk going on there. Was there sheep talk?
A bit of sheep talk. And also shout out to the Exeter kit man, whose name I don't know, but he rescued our Kev.
Well, I was going to say, do you think all this talk of sheep is why Kev then had the accident with the barbecue sauce?
Kev managed to pour barbecue sauce all down his nice teal fleece. So the lovely kit man from Exeter, in the time it took Kev to lay out the changing room and get all the bits that the guys have sorted, he'd washed it and dried it and brought it back to Kev. And as Kev said, we look after each other, us kitmen. That's what it's all about, looking after your mate.
Yeah. So well done that Kev didn't either have to go home with barbecue sauce spilt down his shirt or sit in a damp hoodie.
No damp hoodies are us. Yeah, no, he looked pristine clean as he was wandering about. So so I would say that we've got a very exciting few weeks ahead of us. We've learned loads about our full squad. So it's all good news, ladies and gentlemen. Every cloud.
It really will be.
Every cloud.
What I was going to say. Oh yes. So do we have a Sergeant Wilson award?
Well, I would give it to Callum actually because he was doing, but I'm not sure how effective he was because I think both the assistant referees were wearing earplugs.
Oh, you've gone green.
I have gone green, and I don't quite know why. So I am going to go to my other camera. There I am.
Oh, there she is.
Yes, me. That's me. I don't quite know what's occurring. I need to check that out. Anyway, we'll go to the other one.
Anyway, not much longer to stick.
Not much longer.
It's not easy being
a long one, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I need to check that. Something's going wrong.
It's not easy being green.
It's not easy being green. So yes, what was I saying? I'm not sure we should award the Sergeant Wilson.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think Callum was on a sticky wicket, and I don't think I think he realised pretty rapidly that we were going to get nothing.
There's no point
out of the scrum, even though the scrum was dominant. And that's the other piece of good news, that the scrum, scrum is looking the DBs, and I think Exeter was slightly bemused. I know Dr. T was slightly bemused because he couldn't, and Mrs. C, who was watching it on telly, were slightly bemused because we really did have them on toast when we weren't getting the reward, so it was a bit weird. Anyway, no Sergeant Wilson this week. I think the effort was peak, but the effectiveness was less so, and I think that's more down to the officials.
We'll pass on that one then. Whilst we're on good news, and we have some schools good news, don't we? So whatever happened earlier this week, we got a Northamptonshire school through to the finals of the
whatever it's called this year, Cup.
Is it?
Whatever it's called, Cup at Twickenham. So well done to NSB.
NSB played Campion, and it was tight game, but NSB last kick of the game won it. So well done, and well done to Campion. Another state school flying the flag. So well done there.
Yeah, and it was good to see as many state schools as we did at the Sevens tournament at Cambridge. It wasn't, Woodlands weren't alone. It was really good to see. So well done to the community department for bringing them through. And I've got another one this week at Bedford Athletic.
Wow!
Yeah, no, never-ending cycle of fun. So Toaster under 11s and 8s?
Yes, yes. So they were both playing Oni, which is very difficult to say when you're under 11 and under 8. Oni. Only. Oni the Lonely. But they're never in the same place, are they? They don't play across the board in the same place. So Alfie was at Toaster and Harry, the under 11s, were away at Oni. So I was on granny duty at Toaster because it made the logistics more straightforward because of the timings. So so I was on misty moisty morning up in Toaster, watching these small children run around, and it did make me laugh. They take it very seriously in Oni. There were parents shouting "defensive line" at the Oni under 8s, and as I said to one of our parents, "What do you think if we said defensive line to ours, they'd have any idea what we meant?" And we decided they wouldn't, because the just line seems to be an issue with them, and so but it seemed to be pretty evenly matched for both of them. And anyway, we have a report from Harry first as the under 11.
Today was good, most of it. We lost, but it was very fun. And then the last game I did really, really good. And especially the first half.
And you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. And did you assist any tries, or was it just running
Yeah,
around?
I did a few assists.
A few assists?
Yeah.
Bit of tackling?
Yeah.
But you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
That's the
We won
most
last
important.
game as well.
You won the last game? Oh, excellent. That's good then. And who were you playing? Oni.
Old knees.
Oni.
Old knees.
Old knees.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it next week? Training? Talking about old
think
knees,
it's training.
can we just zoom in on muddy young knees there? That's a sign of grassroots rugby. You all right then, lovely?
Yeah.
Not a nice round. One.
So they're still
Thank
enjoying it, still loving getting involved and having a good time. And then the International Man of Mystery, he's done us a report as well. And here he goes. I'm here with Alfie, who's been playing against Oni
Only.
in the under 8s. And how did it get on today, Alfie?
Good. I scored 3 tries and I got 1 tag, except for Bill kicked someone's ankle.
But somebody had trodden on Bill's foot, hadn't
Yeah.
they? So it was a bit rough out there.
But I had fun and I played with Zandra and James.
Except Xander was on another team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had a good time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done.
Top work,
So there
boys.
we are.
Top
So-
work. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And so he did 3 tries and got a tag. But you can see when he's going in, he doesn't want to get the tags. He wants to splat them. He's really... yeah.
Yes, there was
We'll see what
I
happens.
saw a lot of splatting last week from the under 14s. They don't look under 14 these days. Under 15s even. They don't look 14. They look about 20. Anyway,
Yeah.
but there was a lot of splatting.
Yeah, so next week they've got training, and because we haven't got a final, I've promised everybody a roast dinner, so that's what next Sunday brings. So
Very
pluses
good.
all round, really.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Mothering Sunday next Sunday. Isn't it?
Indeed, as well. So I'm cooking my daughter Sunday lunch and my mother,
I
but
feel
I'm not sure
it's
how
got to
that-
rise somewhere. This. And mine's sodded
like
off
cooking
sodded off to the Caribbean, so that's gone well.
Yeah, I like cooking. It's good.
She tries to convince herself.
No, I do. I love
I know
it.
you do. I know you do. I know. Saint Supporters Club.
Not a lot since last week. I think there's still few spaces left on the 3rd coach to go to Sarries and the other away games that we're doing. So Quins and Tigers are also up to be booked if you want to go by coach. Might as well, because they're both horrible places to park at. And
I don't actually know
Yes.
how Dr. T and I are going to get to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but that mystery
Yes.
has got to be, because there's rail replacement on our line. Anyway,
Oh Lord, right?
Yes.
Yes. It's not so much the getting there as the getting back at whatever time it'll be.
Yes, it might be that we're going to stay in a hotel because it's,
It's easier.
which given
So
we're
there
only
we
an hour
are.
away, is a bit much.
It
But
seems
anyway,
a bit daft, but then if it's going to take you like 4 hours to get home, then
it might be that's where we end up doing. In other news, there are a couple of podcasts that I watched last week. The one I have to recommend because actually I think she's turning into our favourite referee.
she is. Yeah,
Holly Day-
and Lukey, that's only because we have not seen you for months.
Where have you been? Where have you been, Luke? Let you abandon us. She was on the Good, the Scars, and the Rugby, and it's a really, really good listen. Really interesting listen about her career and what she's trying to do next. And there's they don't show the footage, but it is worth having a look at what happened when she was felled by Andy Owema Christie at the Stonex.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Made my what was it they said, blow your whistle, and she reckons it was so that they could prove that she was still alive. Anyway, yes, it's well worth listening to. And then I know this is a therapy pod, but if you wanted to really, really get cross,
Which is a form of therapy.
it is a form of therapy. It's true. It's you want to really get cross at the arrogance of the RFU. Watch Conor O'Shea explain the future of English rugby on the Good, the Bad, and the Rugby. You'll be chucking put padding around your TV, folks, because you will be chucking things at it if you're watching it on your TV. It is quite a remarkable effort on the part of Mr. O'Shea. No, you didn't develop Archie McParland. Anyway.
And the other pod, which is quite entertaining, only to hear Ben Youngs say to Dan Cole, "Why are you so pro Borthwick?" In a bemused sort of I was quite nervous when I was in Cromer because I realised I was deep in the heart of Young's territory.
Oh, you're very close to Holt Rugby Club.
Very close. And I was thinking,
very close to Holt Rugby Club. Yes.
That was what alerted me, and I suddenly thought,
yeah.
What do I do if I see one of them? What do I do? It didn't happen. I wasn't looking, but I was all. But I did have a bit of a panic, but it was all right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So good watches, everybody. So we haven't really discussed what we're going to do. We are going to, obviously, on Friday, we're going to go. Well, I am. I'm assuming you're going as well, Mrs. Saunders.
I am indeed.
To watch the Loughborough Lightning play Harlequins. We're not sure whether we're podding next week. It might be that we have a week off, so we'll watch this space.
Oh yes, yeah.
Because it'll be a pretty light week. What we one thing and another, and what we might do is save ourselves. Save ourselves.
I think. Let's make this decision now on the hoof. We won't pod because it'll be.
I'll have a week off.
We'll have a week off and roll it over because whatever England do, we're past caring, to be honest.
No, we do care about the Saints lads because we're going to wrap them up.
We care about the Saints boys and them.
Yes,
but we're past
the good
caring.
news is that before Mitch went on holiday, we know he wasn't starving. Because he was regularly coming in for food into the gardens. Several people squealed on him about that. So we don't need to worry about Mitch's welfare. He's eating well,
and obviously he's getting his vitamin D in excess.
Yes, I'm getting mine, but it comes in a sort of
in tablet form. Yeah, rather than lolling around on a beach in Barbados. Yes. Anyway.
So
we will
no pod next week, ladies. We're going to have a week off.
Next week. And we'll regroup.
After the Newcastle game. Which is the Foundation Day game, I believe.
Oh, I think it probably is. Yeah. So that'll be fun. So yeah, so we will see you all in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time.
In
yes.
the meantime, be good and be positive,
Be positive.
and
Think positive thoughts.
and come and say hello to us when we're all back at the gardens on the 21st. That'd be really nice.
Yeah. Because we've got loads of fun ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Loads.
We have. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because it helps our algorithms, helps us get the message out to everybody else. So like and subscribe and comment, and anything else would be lovely.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, chaps. And if you don't want to, come and explain to me why. That's all I have to say.
Bye.
See you all soon. Be good. Bye.